I'm 35 years old, I'm single, and I'm heading into my 12th consecutive holiday season flying solo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Desert Show, as we have yet another woman at 35, single and miserable, as we have Ampu laughing his behind already, these women. So let's get started, gentlemen, and then we'll have an article story. But before all of that, please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content and you want to push it to more men, and you want to fight the algorithm together with me and Ampu. But now, let's listen to her story, guys.
Let's talk about it. I turned 30 in 2020 in the middle of the pandemic, and there wasn't really a lot of great dating in the years following that. And then the past couple years, I've just been working on content creation. I went and traveled to Thailand for 6 months. And
now, maybe I'm too cynical, guys, but when I hear content creation, 90% of the time, that's OnlyFans. All right? Maybe it's my cynical ass, but you have to be concerned these days.
And I definitely thought I would meet somebody while I was traveling, but I just didn't. And I'm not somebody that is willing to have one night stands. And I don't really necessarily believe in the concept of dating for marriage. I just believe that it just happens. You just find someone and you click and you realize this is somebody that I could make my life work with, or that's how I think it would happen if it were to happen. And it just hasn't, I'm totally open to it. I would absolutely love to have a family more than anything. And I really don't need people in the comments being like, well, you're 35 and blah, 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 and your age and blah, blah. I don't need to hear it. I really don't. If that is my life path, and it may not be. It might be that I don't find my person and that I stay single. And I've been thinking a lot about that. And that's okay too. It's not necessarily what I want. But at the same time, I really do love to travel. I love to sleep. I love to have my own routine and not have constraints on my day. So I could see myself being very happy. And how do I feel about it? So honestly, it's
Well, such a boring life, guys. Oh, I like sleeping, and I like, what was the other thing she mentioned? Something extremely dull. But whenever I hear a woman say that I don't like having restraints on my time, for me, guys, that's a red flag. I want a woman that is happy in a family, that appreciates me, that is grateful, that realizes the things I do. Whenever I hear this independent talk of, well, I don't actually need anybody. Don't mind the fact that I'm doing a 4-minute TikTok crying about being alone. I don't actually need someone. Men are like dessert. You don't need them, you just want them. All of that, miss me with it. I want a grateful wife. I don't want an ungrateful brat. So, hey, if you really enjoy your independence and you don't want no restraints on your time, stay single.
It's definitely a mixed bag, because I, for example, was able to just pick up and leave and go to Thailand for 6 months. And it was one of the best things I've ever done. And it made me realize how much more I want to travel and how many more places I want to be able to see. And if I don't have children and I don't have a family, then I can spend my money doing things like traveling. So that part is absolutely incredible. It just offers a very different kind of life. On the other hand, of course, during the holidays, it can be very lonely. And there's been a lot of moments in the past few years that I felt like there was something wrong with me, or a lot of questions about whether or not I really loved myself, because people say so often that you won't meet your person until you truly love yourself. And I do love myself. And part of loving yourself is meeting yourself where you are. And I think it's taken me a long time to be able to truly meet myself where I am. Even though it's not where I thought I would be at this age, I feel like it's
just all bad advice, guys. It's all bad advice. First off, to love yourself, yes, it's a very important thing. But when people only hammer on that one thing, you probably are a selfish individual, right? If all that you care is loving yourself, you probably are selfish. Can you start to think about what men want for a change? Because whenever I see women on TikTok, they don't have the slightest idea of what men actually want and expect out of a relationship. This is when we hear the talk of, well, I have a high earning job and I have a college degree. Why aren't you interested in that, man? Or when they talk about, well, you know, I'm very independent. Like we don't care about that. You know, start to think about those things instead of thinking about how you love yourself. And then she says, well, a big part of loving yourself is meeting yourself where you are. So in other words, conformism. In other words, when a problem arises and you have a problem with this woman, she's your girlfriend, and you tell her, hey, can you change that about yourself? She'll probably tell you, oh no, I won't change that about myself because this is who I am. This is just how I am. And she won't change it, and she'll always put the blame on you. She'll always act like she is righteous by mere fact of existence. You know, it's just everything that she says, guys, speaks to me that she spends a lot of time on TikTok getting brainwashed by dating coaches.
Kind of exciting that I don't know still. If I haven't met my person yet, that means that I get to fall in love for the first time. Like, I still have that to look forward to, and I still have the first holiday season that we spend together to look forward to, and all of the years after that and all the memories. Not having found the thing yet means that you still have a lot to look forward to. And that is something that I really believe in and hold true to my heart. And if there's anyone else that's in their 30s that's struggling this holiday season, I just want you to know that you are not alone and there's nothing wrong with you. And it's okay to have a long single season of life. You know, I'm not...
I mean, not okay when you are 35, though. I know, guys. I understand about COVID, and I think I can say that on YouTube already because, you know, there was a period when you couldn't even say the C word, guys. But I understand about COVID. You know, obviously, you're not going to meet a man when you're locked in your house for X amount of months. But you are 35. You know, in the beginning of the video, she was saying how, well, it's COVID, well, it's this, well, it's that, well, it's the other thing. Madam, you're 35 years of age. You've had a decade and a half to meet a man and to make something out of it, and you haven't. Like, until when do you think that there's hope left at the end of the tunnel? Are you gonna reach 55 years of age and still say, you know what, the best part about me not finding a man is that I'm going to find him next, you know, it's on the agenda. At what age do you give up? Because for me, you're 35, you don't have one successful relationship under your belt. I don't know, madam. Maybe it's time to stop focusing on loving yourself and doing all the things for a change.
At the bars, I'm not out clubbing. Like, I probably stay in too much. That's probably a huge reason that I haven't met the person. So if you're a guy that's in his mid to late 30s that are watching this, that are also single, that also do not leave the house, but love movies and reading and traveling and maybe even want to have like a little homestead one day. I'd love to garden. I love to cook. I want to cook for someone so bad. You can like...
Well, I have to say, gentlemen, credit where credit is due. That is something that men actually care about. Most men you can highly impress by cooking them something. It shows that you are nurturing. It shows that you care about them. There's so much love put in that food. Congratulations, I gotta say, guys.
Drop your name in the comments and maybe we can both get a little Christmas miracle. So, where I'm at, and I love you guys, and happy holidays.
Well, what do you think, guys? Now, to be completely fair, this is probably the best woman over 30 I've covered in a long while. Not shouting, she's not blaming all men. She has a nice voice, a nice tone. She did mention a few things that men actually give a crap about, like cooking for them, you know. Honestly, not a terrible woman, guys. But my take, you know, she says, oh, maybe I am unlucky, you know, or maybe I stay home too much. Guys, for me, guys, the reason why I think she's single is because of high standards. Even if she stays a long time at home, I tell you, I cannot stress this enough. Women always have options, right? They literally get hit on their way to throw out the garbage bin. A good woman, men will find their way to her. They will dig underground a tunnel to find her if need be. So my personal opinion is that she's single because she has men like that in her life, and probably even during COVID, men that were texting her, you know, being interested in her. She just has high expectations, is my advice. Not my advice, my opinion, excuse me. But what do you think, guys? Honestly, not a terrible woman. I'll miss her. I'll miss having women like those. Now, let's get on to another TikTok, guys. And it's actually muted. I was probably listening to these. They were giving me a headache and I had to mute.
Male attention means nothing because they give it out like it's nothing. They will give out attention to anything that has a pulse. Just because they like your story or they tell you you're so pretty, that does not mean they like you at all. It's a numbers game for a lot of these guys. Like, just going to be giving out attention to as many girls as they can just to see who bites.
Honestly, guys, I cannot disagree. This woman nailed it. You know, attention is a man's resource. And if you give out your attention for free, hell yeah, women are going to take it, but they're not going to give you anything in return. In the same way that women that give their body out for free, oh, sure, men will make a beeline to get between your legs, but they'll never give you anything more. They'll never give you a relationship. They'll never respect you. I can't stress how much attention is important for a man, where you put your attention. It's your resource, gentlemen. It's men's resource. In the same way that women's resource is their body. Men's resource is attention. And I know that most of you know this, but I still find an incredible amount of men that don't understand this. And they go out giving their attention to all women, trying to see, you know, throwing the wide net, trying to see what sticks, writing poems, gifting flowers, you know, writing long texts. You're giving out for free what women should be interested in you. You're giving them milk for free. How do you expect them to buy the cow? No? So I cannot disagree with her. You know, she nailed it. Men's attention doesn't mean a lot coming from those men that give it out for free. And if I were a woman, guys, I will never settle for a man that gives out his attention to any woman whatsoever. I mean, as a man, I don't want to even touch women with a 10-foot pole who give out their body for free. So why, as a woman, will I settle for a man that does the same with attention? His attention doesn't mean anything. But now, let's cover the last TikTok, guys, before article story. This one is muted as well, sorry.
Here's an insane piece of dating advice that we don't hear very often. If you're not attracted to them, you don't have to go out with them. You don't have to go out with them because maybe a spark will grow. You don't have to go out with them because maybe they're a nice guy. What I find so funny is, do you ever hear men like talking to their boys and being like, well, you know, maybe she's a good person, encouraging their buddies to go out with girls that they don't think are attractive? No, men will be the first to comment like on a girl's looks to their buddies if they don't think she's attractive. It's almost like if you're a girl and you have that want to settle down, get married, have kids, people are like, well, you need to give every man who is interested in you a chance if that's what you really want. No, we are also allowed to want to date guys where we think there is attraction. Now, in no...
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Because while it's true that there needs to be an attraction, and nobody's actually forcing you to date guys you're not attracted to, the difference being, and you forgot to mention this, what men find attractive is girls one league above or beneath them. You know, so a 5 out of 10 dude will be attracted to a 4 out of 10 woman, to a 5 out of 10 woman, and everything above. But when women talk about attractiveness, guys, let me tell you, they're not talking about the same league, all right? They're talking about the 6 feet tall, 6-pack, you know, sharp jawline that he can cut ham with. They're not talking about just an average attractive man. So, hey, there's a small detail that changes the whole equation.
No means am I saying that you need to hold out for the perfect 10 and...
Yes, she is.
Your perfect ideal man. But there needs to be some baseline of attraction there. Attraction for a man, it doesn't scale like if he's going to be like a good guy or not. Because trust me, I am in Are We Dating the Same Guy, Nashville, and I'm sure other cities can relate. Some of the pictures I see, is anyone talking to this man? Is this someone's man? Yeah, men will play you no matter what they look like. And if I'm going to be played by someone, I'd at least like to think they're a little bit hot. Oh.
So if you don't know what these groups are, gentlemen, they are Facebook groups where women... it's so ridiculous. They post like some chat's picture that they found on Tinder. And they ask, is anyone else dating this guy? And there always are women. Hey, wait a minute. I've dated this guy. They're like 5 women, you know, writing comments. Hey, wait a minute. I dated this guy. Because as we all know, women date the 10 to 20% of men. And yes, they are indeed dating the same guy, right? These chads are playing these women. These groups are so funny.
And just like a little side note, yes, attraction can grow. I do think that. And maybe that's in a cute, like friends to lovers kind of thing. Off the baseline, if you are going through your likes on Hinge and looking at who you want to go out with, if you are not attracted to that person, stop feeling guilty for not wanting to do it. Told you, advice was going to be a little insane. The fact that like that feels like an insane thing to say is also insane.
Yeah, girl, it's so insane, sister. You had me trembling over here. So insane. Trying to act all humble, like, you know, ladies, I think we should start going for attractive men. I know that we are all good-hearted little angels that only look at personality and only love men for who they are, but you know, I think we need to increase our standards and start to go for a bit more attractive men. Sure, no, I can tell you, every man watching this right now disagrees with you. We see it all around. Women, hell no, they're not. Women don't even give the time of day to men that are not attractive to begin with. Or, you know, maybe they'll keep them around for free attention, but they never have any intentions with them. You know, like, what is this whole thing about, oh, ladies, can you stop only looking at personality? Hell, they don't even begin to look at personality, let alone stop thinking about it. The women only go based on looks. But gentlemen, let's move on to our article story written by Cranberry Silver. The all not ready for a relationship. Had been dating this girl since end of November, had gone on 5 or 6 dates, seemed to be going well. She had me over for dinner Thursday and it went well. Made out a bit at the end of the night. Had a date planned for tonight and I woke up to this. I really think you're a great man. You know where this is going? I'm just not ready to be in a relationship. I always love it when women do this. Because they'll tell you like, oh, you are the perfect guy. You're so good, honestly. Any woman will wish to have you. And you could tell them, all right, then have me then. You know, you just said that every woman will be dreaming of having a man like me. Well, just have me. Let's be in a relationship. Oh, well, not sorry. What the hell was that, guys? I know what the hell is happening with my voice. And they'll tell you like, oh, no, I'm just not ready for a relationship. Yes, you are my dream man, I'm just not ready for a relationship. Sure. You are, however, ready for that one chap who doesn't even remember your name. When you asked me, I took a leap of faith, this is the woman talking, but it's not fair to you when I'm not ready. I think we should cancel today. You did nothing wrong, I just need to focus on work and family right now. So family, I don't know if it's her parents, maybe she's a single mother. Thank you for all the fun we've had. So of course, real or fake? We really did have good times. She's super busy though with work and her kid. So she is a single mother. Now, honestly, you know, credit to this woman for actually letting the guy go and not keeping him on a leash for free attention, just like she's been doing up until now. I actually kudos for that, because a lot of women will take the chance. Have this simp here, ready to provide attention and resources, and hey, maybe even look after my kid, why not? She could have kept him there, but she chose not to. She works out of town, and lately with the weather she's been stressed out with traveling, and it's a new position she's been getting trained on. She's trying to spend time with her son before he moves out. Well, we're gonna close on this thought, gentlemen, and it is that you know, the guy is asking, well, is this real or fake? My brother, she never loved you and she never would. You're probably not as attractive. Again, I'm surprised that she didn't actually keep you like a resource farm, but she never liked you, right? This whole thing, this is the friend zone, right? This whole thing of you are perfect, you're a really good man, but I just don't like you. If they tell you that, guys, be grateful that it's over, because it will have never gone anyway, to be honest. But gentlemen, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for joining me and Ampu and making Ampu's day greater. He's always happy to see you. And again, if you like to support the channel, please like and subscribe so we can fight the algorithm. And if you want more desert, you can check me on Patreon for a low amount of $5 with inflation included, guys. It's like 1/15 of a Starbucks coffee. So please come check me out there, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.